welcome back to Music Talks. I think this is episode 5 or 6, I can't remember. But I'm here with my dear friend Felicia. Felicia and I met like 3 years ago, 2, 1. I don't remember.
It's been about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Um, through our mutual friend Nate, who was also on the show.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm just so excited to talk to you today, Felicia. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks for
for, yeah, absolutely. So I want to start with do you want to just kind of give the scope of where music started for you? Like, what were your influences growing up, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so as far as like music stuff, I grew up in the church, and my dad and my uncles are musicians and really great vocalists. So my whole life I've been surrounded by music. Like when I was like, well, I would say like 12, I really was diving in more of like how to play.
Mm,
My dad had a Spanish nylon string guitar,
mm,
and it would always like just hang in the back corner in our family room. And so every once in a while, like I would take it out and like learn to play. And my hands were just like so small because a Spanish nylon string guitar, it's like a thick neck.
mm-hmm.
My hands like,
Yeah,
but I learned like Mary had a little lamb. Like,
yeah,
so but yeah, like my whole life I've been surrounded by music. And
mm,
my dad, he played acoustic and electric guitar, and so he really helped me kind of help develop um just like the basic fundamentals of playing guitar. And then as I got older and got into my old church's youth group, um, I tried out on keys. I learned how to play piano, all self-taught. Like I never went to a teacher or anything, and learned a lot of stuff by ear. And I think as a young age at that time, like it definitely helped train like my ear to hear harmonies vocally, or like hearing a certain lead line in a song. Like I would spend a lot of time trying to figure that out by myself. And then, when computers and like all the things were a thing, like um, going on the internet and looking up tabs, like I was like, oh, this is so cool.
yeah.
But a lot of it is self-taught and just learning by ear. So but yeah, I would say a lot from my dad. And then he would play in the band at my old church, and I loved going to his rehearsals and just like hearing him practice. And he would even ask my opinion on, hey, like what tone do you like?
Mm,
And like here's like little 10-year-old, 9-year-old Fifi like sitting. I'm like, I like that one. And
yeah.
so but yeah, as I got older, I wanted to stay somehow involved with music in the church. And so with that, and I even branched out doing some open mic nights in my early 20s at some pubs in Milwaukee. And the one thing that I haven't done and was really like learning how to write my own music.
Mm,
I feel like that is a divine gift for people,
mm,
like lyrically and just like musically, phonetically, like all the things. Um, I'm sure I probably could, but it takes a lot of time. And yeah, it's not a thing that I have really like hammered down and tried. But like when I hear like you and our buddy Nate and
mm,
a couple of our other local artists like just come up with a whim to like come up with songs for you know whatever that the writing group is discussing, and for you guys just to do it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so great. I'm like, but like when I hear, like for me, I can't help but when I hear harmony that's like not being sung, I'm like, I have to do it.
Mm.
Hear that third harmony, and I need to do it now.
Yeah. 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 For sure.
But yeah, so I think that's definitely kind of where I'm at now, and I love that I'm surrounded by all these amazing musicians and really aspiring. But yeah, like you guys can do it, and if you need my help with harmonies, I got you on that.
Yes. Yes, she does for sure. What were like some of your early musical influences, like artists or bands that you were like, oh my gosh, I love this song or I love the sound or whatever?
Yeah. Um, well, growing up in the church, like I I couldn't really, like my parents were like, you can't listen to secular music. I'm like, well, I'm gonna anyway. But like the classic, like early 2000, Christian
Mhm,
worship, like um, you know, the original Hillsong United and Delirious.
mhm,
I mean, you know, um, what was the band? Like all like the rock, like Red and what's who sings Throw Up Your Rock Fist? I can't think of the band. But
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, like those like skillet kind of vibes.
yeah,
So like growing up, like I like to hang around like the guys more than the girls. So like the guys that I were hanging around with, like they were all about like heavy metal, like rock and roll kind of
mm,
stuff. So I definitely absorbed a lot of that. Paramore was definitely like my go-to band. And then yeah, I mean it definitely has changed throughout the years of um just kind of like branching out with different genres of music, but definitely like the old school, like I shouldn't say old school because like to us it's like, I mean technically it's like I'm looking at my watch, like what time don't even, oh boy. But like 25 years ago, these
mm,
it's crazy to think that these things were that long ago. Um, but yeah, like those types of stuff is really something that I was attached to at that age. And like my dad, he loved listening to as we got older, like Boston and Journey and the Eagles and Robert Randolph and the Family Band, and like a lot of good tunes, and I learned a lot um, through that, just listening to different stuff and rocking out Saturday mornings with my dad.
yeah. That's really cool. So you started on guitar and then piano,
Hmm.
and in kind of the time you're doing church music stuff now, are you mainly doing guitar? Are you doing piano? Are you just singing? Or are you kind of doing like a combo of all of those things?
Yeah, I definitely well, when I first started going to the Ridge, I started like 14 years ago, and the thing was like if you wanted to be a part of the band at that time, like you had to play an instrument.
Mm,
So I would play the keyboard up front and sing at the same time.
hmm.
At that time, I stopped playing acoustic for a little bit just because like the acoustic that I had was just not great. And and so just being around that helped me just feel more comfortable. So as of now, I really enjoy playing acoustic and singing. Obviously I love the weeks where I don't have to play anything and be responsible for anything besides
Hmm.
just or like if I'm the MD for the weekend and I'm not up front, and like I just started to learn how to play electric guitar. So whenever I have the chance to not vocally lead up front and just be in the back and just soak it all in is definitely fills my cup, um, as a leader and just as a musician. that I can just really have fun and just jam out. I'm just like, yes,
Yeah.
where I need.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's also a lot of benefit, and there's an awesome experience when you get to lead up front vocally too. So, um, but yeah, like yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. What is your job, so much of your job is music heavy, obviously, like leading
Mhm.
music for services. How do you feel like your relationship with music has changed with it being your job? I know you've been part of
Mhm.
the Rich for a long
Yeah.
time now, but yeah, how do you feel like, yeah, it's like your relationship with it has changed?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it has to do with my own personal confidence
Hmm.
as just an individual. For many years, like I didn't see myself as a leader. Like I just felt like I could sing and play a couple instruments, but like I never saw myself as like a true musician. And even though like I never went to school with music, I never learned music theory. Like I couldn't tell you. And like people talk in the number system, like, are you ending on the 2 or the 4? And I'm like, I don't know what that means. So like through that experience has definitely challenged me um to learn more um and to like gain that confidence as a musician, like, oh no, I got this makes sense to me. And a lot of the things that I've learned is through experience, and through someone else that has the better knowledge to invest in me. And luckily I've had great creative arts directors, like Nate being one of them, Kyle, and Jose, who's another worship leader, and now Evan. So like I've had these really great guys to like really help develop that different part of my musical um, and leadership confidence. And so it's changed that like now where if I am like the one person that's responsible for everyone on that specific weekend, it does feel good that I can have that confidence and not lessen myself to you know not be in that mindset like whatever, like yeah that's okay, like like there's a couple times where like Nate would say like stop saying that. like
Yeah.
like no, like you are
Mm.
a good musician. And also I've learned as that the music director in the band that it's not just like when I'm with everybody, I have to listen to everybody's part, and like how important it is to the second that a song ends to say, hey, great job you guys, like that was awesome, hey, blah 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 on bass. It's actually it's the G over B, not the F sharp or something
Mm.
like that. So it's
Mhm.
like I'm now more intentionally listening as a whole versus you know what I'm playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and also like I'm preparing myself better like for the following week, so I'm always looking ahead, um to so I'm like preparing myself for the following week too. So yeah, I would say like the confidence was a big thing, and I feel like now I'm not as worried. I mean, there are some like when we do new songs or like if we do like a fun opener and I'm like not like 100% like ready. Like I do feel like I'm like, ooh, am I gonna do this right?
Yeah.
But at the end of it, it's like no one in the room knows that you're
Hmm. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's fine. Like we in our office we have a neon sign that says, "But did you die?" And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. That's a good reminder. That's really good. Um, what do you feel like are your musical inspirations now? Like, are you listening to like kind of the same stuff that you were first inspired by, or do you feel like there's like some new artists that
Hmm.
you've discovered recently that you're like, oh my gosh, this is a huge inspiration for me?
Yeah, I feel like I go in different waves, like where like if I get in the zone where I just need to chill and like I need like the ambiance and feel all the feels, like then I'll do some like instrumental like um guitar kind of stuff, or I'll do like lo-fi
Mm-hmm.
kind of jams, just kind of like just background music. Actually my husband and I, we love like while we're just hanging out, and we'll put on YouTube. It's actually a 1950s um, like scenic ambiance, where like they give you like a cool like scene, but then the background is like kind of this muffled like
Mm,
1950s French cafe kind of vibe,
yeah.
and so yeah, like I get in those little zones, and then um, lately, actually, my husband again, he introduced me to a new band called Max and the Moon,
Mm,
and it's very like two door cinema, and like if I want to be like like in a happy like high energy kind of like vibe, I like to listen to that type of genre of music. The Strike is also another fun. I just love like when you can hear like all the parts in a band, and the early 80s and 90s rock, definitely like you can hear a
yeah.
lot of tones and stuff like that, and like I just love it. Now that I'm learning how to use electric guitar and using the Helix at church, I was like, ooh, reverb.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
like I just, it's like butter to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love like a clean, like a Fender Strat kind of
Yeah.
vibe. Like, give me some good like John Mayer
Mm-hmm.
kind of vibe too. Like, I'm a sucker for that. But I'm also like, I love when you get that bass in, you're like, ooh, like,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And I love as a band like at church, like if there's any moment where we can do a halftime, it's
Yeah.
we're doing it.
Yeah.
We gotta fit it
Yeah.
in. Gotta do that stank face. Um, so that's been a vibe for me. But yeah, like lately, like sometimes like I'll listen to just one thing. Like I was on this kick of listening to early 2000 Coldplay,
Mm,
Parachutes, like that whole album,
yeah.
and then one week I'll be really into I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. It's spelled DJO, but I think it's just Joe,
Mm-hmm.
um, from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole album is kind of funky, different. But then sometimes I want to listen to Selena, and I'm like
Yeah. Yeah.
little bitty bomb bomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I'm cleaning, I'm like. Ben likes to join in the dancing, but he doesn't like to admit it. So when you see him next, I know about you.
Yeah, I'll be like, bro, I got to see this dance move. So he'll be like,
He
uh,
will show you. He is not afraid.
that's awesome. Yeah,
So
it's,
I would I would say definitely like it just changes
mhm.
and depends on my mood.
Yeah, for sure. It's like that meme or whatever. Like before I start cleaning, like I have to get like the perfect playlist or the
Yes,
perfect artist or whatever, you know?
it's so good.
Yeah,
Like it just like yes, I'm ready. Kind
yeah,
of like yacht rock, like when you're just like oh,
yes,
mm.
yes. It's so good. I love
You
that.
have you like okay, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so maybe my last question is, how do you feel like the relationship with music and emotion is? Like I think we've talked about this, but like how does it, yeah, like how does music for you bring about different emotions, or how does music help you process maybe some things you're feeling as well?
Yeah, like well, definitely with worship, like when it just depends on the season that you're into. Like some words just might really hit home, and you get that relational, like that relatable um kind of lyric where you're just like, I was this, but now I'm this,
Mm-hmm.
um, kind of thing. And um, when it comes to like just even outside of like worship music, like when you hear like a song that you haven't heard in a while, but then it that moment that you heard it for the first time, like it just like a flashback to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're like, then you feel the feels. You're like, oh, so good.
Yeah, yeah,
Or it could be a song that like brings back a good memory or a bad memory.
yeah,
So it definitely it can be healing in all of it. Um, but also it can be like that sense of gratitude of like when you listen to these songs and how you're feeling in that moment, like it, maybe you're just feeling really frustrated or really like depleted,
mhm,
and you're finding that sense of hope, and like you hear a song that like of life change, or you know in worship, like how God brought you through it, like it just it's definitely a beautiful thing. And like I feel like that's how God definitely intended for music to be.
mhm.
And um it's a it's a cool thing. I just certain words and like just how it's sung too is also really cool. That like when people can just like get to this note and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
like whew,
mhm,
it just takes you to a different place.
yeah,
So yeah, I would definitely say that it depends on the season too
yeah,
of where you're at.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's totally true. Like, there's definitely songs, like different spots I've been in where it's like I'm just this song is on repeat, and then I'll
Mhm.
forget it about it for like 3 years,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
like I'll hear it again. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm
yeah.
obsessed. I
Uh,
forgot about this song.
yeah. Yes, it's so good. Like I remember where it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so good. Well, thank you so much, Felicia, for joining us today. I think it's so funny, like doing these episodes. Everyone sort of shares like similar things, but
Hmm.
also like their own experience with music, which I think is
Yeah,
really powerful. It's this like universal language that everybody understands a little
mhm.
bit differently,
Yeah.
um, which I think is really powerful and really moving. So, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your heart. For those of you that are in Milwaukee area, Felicia leads worship at the Ridge Community Church. What's up? That's where you'll be. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining us, Felicia. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. It was an honor.